Yeah, I want to congratulate Oklahoma on a fantastic season. They have a really good team. Obviously, they compete in a really good league like ours. I've known Skip a long time. He was a junior college coach for a long time. I have a lot of respect for what he's done. They made it really, really tough on us. And you have to beat good teams this time of year. So I do want to point out that they had some really, really good players, and we had to work really, really hard. Coach Jackson said it best. Coach Jackson's back here, and he said, man, we got another week with our guys. So that's, as coaches, how we feel about this group. Didn't surprise me what you guys saw today, and ladies, this group, they bring it. We talked about, hey, this is just a series. We got to find a way to win the series, and we got two freshmen up here that the tone's always set on the mound. They set it, and I don't want to say too much about this guy, but he's been pretty good as well. So I'm really proud of our guys. We'll probably have a short turnaround. That's what I told them. The way it works is we'll probably be playing Friday at noon. So we'll take those showers and move on and be ready for Super Regional at the Bosch.
Scott, you want to talk about each of the three performances today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid to talk about Gavin. It's like a no-hitter. So, I'm just going to tell everybody else to just touch him. And I mean, that's just as good of a performance in a regional that I've seen. But I see, I gave a shout-out to Adam Lucas because Adam Lucas was the first person that told me about Gavin Gallaher. He was really, really young, and he said, man, I don't know how good he is, but he's a heck of a baseball player. And we basically offered Gavin Gallaher based on Adam Lucas's recommendation. So he was a part of our recruiting staff, I guess, now. Lynch, you saw in the ACC tournament, we had a plan, to not use either one of these guys unless we had a lead after the seventh. The plans don't always work out, but thankfully the players make you look mighty good as a coach, and Lynch set the tone, and McDuffie came in right after him, and they both just did what they've been doing all season.
So back right.
Scott, how do you describe what you saw from the pitching? I think that was Oklahoma's lowest scoring game of the region.
I mean, these two guys, I tell them all the time, you're no longer freshmen. You've pitched in big situations the entire year. I've told them both, too, they're both starters. For us to have success this season, we needed them to pitch out of the bullpen and buy into that, and they both obviously did. But we also lengthened them out. McDuffie had a start, I believe, against Campbell, or George Mason, who's a really good team, and Lynch had been lengthened out and got the start against Clemson. But that just shows you the type of stuff they also have. So you combine that with command, it's hard to square up the ball.
Ryan.
Ryan, can you talk a little bit about how more time concentrates this one? It's obviously a small school. You chose not to leave. It's not necessarily known as kind of a powerhouse that produces really more talent. And maybe you talk about, you were pitching there last year, and then 1 year later you're pitching Todd and using it as a chance to get a Super Regional.
Right, yeah. I mean, I had a lot of great coaches there, and a lot of people that are supporting me. It's probably different than a lot of guys on the team are used to coming from. I mean, I'm close to AMAD, but he understands. But just a lot of the ideas of just trying to be tough and tough weather and long season with not quite the same resources that I have here. But it really helped me and shaped me for the future. And the crowd is a lot different. It's a lot different environment, but a lot of the guys here helped me to get used to it, which was great.
Skip then Adam.
You mentioned that are you being a reputation as a big game pitcher? You pitched the ACC championship game, pitching the regional championship game. Is that developing kind of a mindset?
I don't think I'd say so. I think it's just the way it's worked out. I mean, I threw probably majority of my innings this year, get midweeks and other games like that. But I think it's just a pretty big coincidence. But I'm grateful that I was able to pitch as best I could in these situations.
Gavin, we asked you a little bit about it last night, but having the experience, this team having the experience of having played in that Monday night game against LSU last year, going to the final game of the regional, how did you see that maybe affect or help fuel what you guys did today? And how important was the start that y'all got off to getting out to the 3-0 lead early on?
Yeah, I think that was definitely big. I think, drew off that experience a little bit from last year, and it was going to be a tough game. And when you jump out to a 3-0 lead early like that, when we know what we have in the pen and on the mound, it definitely takes a little bit of that weight off your shoulders. So I think that first inning was huge to extend that, turn it into 3 runs, and then just let these two kind of do their thing. I think we felt pretty comfortable.
Gavin, after top of the third, you guys get 4 runs, bottom, you get 3 up, 3 down. How does that quick turnaround help that offense momentum?
Yeah, it's huge. Shutdown innings. That's what I know. These guys obviously they have always looking to put up zeros, but having that, having a big inning offensively, and then a quick inning defensively, it keeps the momentum in your dugout, keeps those guys and the other team on the field longer. That pitcher's getting tired. Those guys are sitting in the sun longer. Definitely good to have. Yeah.
Grace and Tom?
Ryan, how do you draw off your starting Clemson and just the rest of your games throughout this entire season to keep you grounded and in the mindset perspective?
Yeah, I think just a lot of things I learned from leaving this year helped me with the mindset of just never trying to cruise and always just being aggressive and, picture same situation as if I was coming in a jam or I was only throwing for an inning in a midweek or whatever it might be, just never changing my mindset and just trying to continue with the same, concepts that I've been trying to use the whole year.
Tom?
Coach Forbes, I don't know the exact number, but a ridiculous amount of runs scored with 2 outs. Just can you and Gavin talk about the ability to get, we talked about situational hitting all year, and you really can't do that.
Yeah, these guys, I have to give them credit because the players have to do it, but they've completely bought in to not looking at the scoreboard of the outs or just trying to have a great at bat. You have to be careful trying to do too much with runners in scoring position. And all you're trying to do is have a quality at bat. We keep a quality at bat chart. What that is you control the zone. You get a good pitch to hit, you get your A swing off, and you can't be afraid to take a walk and trust the guy behind you. So, these guys have really bought into that, and that's helped us pressure teams, especially the second half of the season.
Raise your hand if you have a question for Walker. Grace?
Walker, you started pitching middle innings, and now you've kind of settled into the closer role. How would you embrace that? How do you think it's led for you?
I just want to pitch, right, and help the team. So whatever role that is, I'm willing to buy into it and do. So, yeah.
Gavin, just kind of talking about regionals, your mindset, obviously you implemented the process during last year. Are there any changes that you make in your mindset or any sort of investments coming into big games like these?
I wouldn't say in particular to playing in a big game, but you definitely make adjustments throughout the season as it goes. This year as a whole has been a little bit up and down, but I feel like I've started to put it together a little bit this back half of the season. So being able to do that, I've really just tried to buy into our approach at the plate, trying to execute that, get a good pitch and get a swing off, and I think I've started to realize that if you do that, you can't control anything after that, and it makes hitting a whole lot easier. So.
Ryan, what they're trying to do is first year, this is the first slide, really sort of everybody has all of these. What kind of progression that find you feel for that balance?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was just I think I was just trying to cruise a little bit in the first couple innings and wasn't quite being as aggressive. So after that point, I guess after the home run in the second, I think I was just trying to get back to being really aggressive and just picturing myself as a reliever and just chucking it as much as I could.
Coach Forbes, after the game, the fans were chanting ACC and ACC, and I'm curious with the national narrative around the SEC and kind of disrespect a little bit the ACC gets. Did it mean a little bit more to kind of win this regional and make a statement against an SEC team?
Not for me, honestly. I just want to do all we can to put these guys in a position to win a national championship. I don't care who we're playing. We talk about it all the time. We're going to work hard. We're going to lift hard. We're going to practice hard so we can try to dominate whoever we play. If that's something people want to write about, that's fine. I do feel like the ACC this year was the best it had been, top to bottom. It was a battle every single weekend, no matter who we played. You're seeing that right now in the postseason. You know, Duke is in a super. So, you know, I have a lot of respect for the SEC, but also, you know, think the ACC is as good as any league in the country.
Jay, then Kip, then Rob.
Walker, you're one of the youngest guys on this team. And when you're in a bullpen with guys like Jake now, what are some of the notes that you're taking, you know, as you're watching them either in a game or in practice, or what's some advice that you give?
Yeah, just try not to make it bigger than it is and make them hitters, like make them better than they are, and just kind of keeping that routine and to just stay neutral and not be too high or too low.
Yep.
Scott, the inning, when you guys broke it open, between the left-handers, all four of your lefty hitters reached base hits, well, 3 base hits. Did their approach change at all after yesterday, or you guys were?
No, I thought the lefty that started, I think was it, what was his name, Barnfield or yeah, he had a tough angle. Slider took off. You know, again, Coach Jackson and Coach Wiersbicki, they have these guys so prepared, and these guys, again, the players have to buy into whatever you're working with them on back there. They move them on the plate, they move them off the plate, and they're always going to have an approach, no matter who the pitcher is. The report's done. So yeah, I mean, whatever lefty came in, there was a certain approach, and that definitely helped those lefties have more success for sure.
Last 4 questions, Rob, Pat, Grace, Tommy. Rob?
Ryan A. Walker, what goes through your mind as you watch Gavin do what he did today and then throughout the weekend as pitchers?
I mean, you see him work every single day. I mean, when it's just us back here, and I mean, I'm just proud of him. Nobody else sees what he does, and for him to go out there and do that, and for everybody to see, it's pretty cool.
Pat?
Walker, I'm sure, you know, watching last year's team, you guys were pretty hard games, kind of watching that film. To be out there on the mound in this environment, what was that kind of feeling like after seeing that?
Yeah, I'm pretty grateful for the opportunity for sure. I was actually at the game and watched it last year, and just was wanting that to be me, and I'm glad that it was actually able to fold out. But
He was really nervous. I saw him on TV. I slowed it down in the game. He's like this against, who was it?
LSU.
LSU. But man, not too bad down there for old Sanford boy, is it?
Adam, go ahead.
Thank you, Kurt. Gavin, what, scientific question here, what does it feel like to be as hot as you are? And you were mentioning it earlier, but like, can you point to one specific thing recently that has really helped this streak take off?
Well, I guess first part of your question, just trying to keep my feet under me, not make it any bigger than it is. Baseball is a funny game, and the second that you lose that humility is when it'll catch up to you. And I got a piece of that yesterday, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, feels good. Just try to repeat it. I'd say that the best thing I've tried to do, especially this weekend, was just slow the ball down, start early, move slow, and get that good pitch selection.
Grace?
Gavin, can you just take me through this whole season? And you talked about it, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. You just didn't start in the way you wanted to. Now it seems like you're playing your best baseball. How's those emotions you think just improved yourself?
I'd say just, tried to stay level the whole season, not be too high or get too low. It can be easy to...
Okay, you can do whatever you want.
No, I was going to say,
Your name's on the stadium, you can.
yeah, he's perfectly fine. We're not going to...
I was looking to see how many ACC teams have made it to the Super Bowl. 4.
We're not worried about that at all. Sorry, what was I saying? Talking about... No, you're okay. Highs and lows of the season. Yeah, just trying to keep a level head throughout the whole season, be the same person every day, and buy into what we talked about, is the process. Like I said, it's easy to beat yourself up. So just take every day as a new day and be consistent.
Last one, Tommy.
Coach Forbes, to sort of wrap it up, obviously, you prefer not to play a second game like this, but the silver lining is it builds these guys and all. Just talk about the experience factor in playing these high leverage games.
Yeah, You know, most of the time you play in some type of actual elimination game, like, you know, it's winner or go home. So, you know, I would have preferred, obviously, to have won it yesterday and rested. But I just woke up, unfortunately, yesterday and just had this feeling, hey, obviously, we felt like we had a chance to win. But I just thought, man, this thing might go to Monday. So we have to make the right decisions in the game and make sure we have these two horses ready and stay positive. But, yeah, I mean, that's good for you. You know, we did it in 22. We did it last year. And I tell the guys, it's this time of year you have to expect hard. If you pull away like we did, that's awesome. I enjoy that, but you know it's not as the harder it is. These guys know the harder you have to work for it, the more gratifying it is.